bit, let's have a look at what's been happening on the Labor side of things. Anthony Albanese has cast his vote in Sydney as he prepares for the nerves of election night. Jonathan Lee was there. Jonathan, what's the alternate Prime Minister had to say today?
Well, Ash, I can start by giving you one of the few things I'm absolutely certain about. If you're heading out to vote in Sydney today, especially the inner suburbs, make sure you bring an umbrella. It's wet and miserable and a little bit cold around Sydney at the moment. It's one of those moments you travel around the country and you see all the weather and all the different conditions. Sydney isn't turning it on today. But Anthony Albanese came with his son Nathan and also Jodie Hayden, his partner. He turned up to vote here in the seat of Grandler in Marrickville a short time ago. They had the family dog with them as well. He was very warmly and popularly received by the local people here. Plenty of pictures, handshaking. He had it inside and he made sure that he cast his ballot, as he always does. When you come to Prime Ministers and alternate leaders in front of the cameras, we get to see that moment, an important democratic moment. And then he came outside and he chatted to us about who he's spoken to, his vision and what he makes of things. I asked him explicitly if Bill Shorten, the man who last led Labor to the election, had reached out to him with a message.
I spoke to Bill this morning on the way to the MCG where I did Breakfast TV. Bill knows what it's like to be opposition leader on election day. And Bill rang me to wish him well and we had a good chat. He's played an important role in the campaign.
Ash, we've talked extensively and explicitly throughout this campaign about both parties' major policies, or also around the fact that Labor has very much run a small target approach. They might not want to have said that, but that is certainly how it's been interpreted by the media. One of the things that Mr Albanese, though, has been capitalising on is a sentiment, a sense that the nation can do better, an optimistic approach to voters. He talked about wanting to change politics to the better, tapping into a narrative of frustration, especially within the walls of Parliament House.
I want to change politics. Be very clear. I want to change politics. I want to change the way it operates. I want Parliament to function properly. I want our democracy to function properly. That's why I'm in this. Not to change where I live. I'm in it to change the country, and that's what I intend to do.
I have to say, Ash, when you actually hear that speech, it certainly resonates. There are a number of people, journalists and the population, who firmly believe things can be done better and politics can be done better. Too often we see the wedge tactics used, that it's not about finding something both parties can agree on, but something which the opposition or the government can't agree on. So if he comes up with a better way of doing that, I think it will be warmly received and welcomed. We started today in Melbourne, the seat of Higgins. Mr Albanese met I suppose a few of the Labor faithful. He also shook a few hands. He's now come to Sydney. Yesterday he tackled 4 coalition seats as he went through Adelaide, in Sturt and Boothby, then Bass in Tasmania, and eventually up to Chisholm. It's all about the coalition seats at the moment, what he needs to pick up. He knows he needs 7 seats, needs to poach 7 seats if he wants to hold government majority in his own right. It's a 3.3% swing across the nation. Very rarely do you see a consistent swing. This is all about seat-and-seat battles. So it's going to be hard fought. He says he isn't nervous. He says he slept well last night. We'll see when he turns up tonight. If he turns up early, you know he's either won resoundingly or lost emphatically. And at the moment, the Labor Party faithful think they're on a winner. Ash.
Yeah, a few hours to go until those nerves might creep in earnest. Jonathan Lee, thank you for that.